not specific ideas like wooden shelves. I'll clean it up. Hey, you can have my old CDs. Those are specific ideas, aren't they? They're welcome, but we don't do it yet. Right now, we're doing this. We're doing identifying aspects, and we're doing it like this. Joan?
Well, it might help me a lot if we chose something real. For example, we had a hard time hearing each other. We ended up buying a sound system, and it went through a proposal. Could we use that as an example? Because I can't get my head around so much these imaginary things.
Well, yes, but your head has only begun to contemplate it. We have a whole workshop section devoted to this, including a Hobbit skit, including exercises. Now, if you'd like to propose an exercise that's a real issue here, we can certainly consider it. If we get consent, we can do that. But please tell your head, and I'll tell it too. I, Joan, am not expected to know this yet. We just started learning about it. Because I do this in layers. First a visual and verbal presentation, then a demonstration, then exercises, question and answer, exercises, question and answer, and by the end of that time, you'll be able to teach it. Okay? So take heart. It's hard to understand completely something at the beginning. By the way, the kind of person I am is I'm pissed off, annoyed, and impatient when I don't understand something immediately. That's the kind of person I am. And I want the person to make it clearer faster. But sometimes I have taught myself I have to just wait until it becomes more clear. Okay. So after we've done a flip chart filled with different aspects of the proposal, then we consent to the completeness of the list. What does that mean, completeness? It means, is there something we haven't thought of? So somebody else will say, okay, now we're going to consent to the completeness of the list, step number 3. Please say complete or incomplete. Complete, complete. And Linda says incomplete. The facilitator says, thank you, what did we forget? We forgot something, we write it down. And then, so you see, that's good. That's good, she said, incomplete, because she had another idea that we didn't think of before. And then we keep going around. After we go around, and everybody says complete, 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 we know, we're done with that. Now we take another flip chart.
Can I ask a quick question? Would there ever be a scenario at this stage in the process where someone might put in an idea that seems extraneous? So they're talking about the aspects of the issue, but so if we were to use this library example, maybe there's something about, someone is really into plants and they might be like, plants or
I get it. Yeah, sure they could. And later on we could think whether we wanted to include that or not. But because it's brainstorming, we use the sacred rules of brainstorming, which we don't say, well, that doesn't seem relevant. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So it could simultaneously be not relevant, but we don't say that. Okay. We let it happen because it could stimulate somebody else. I sometimes jokingly talk about how brainstorming works, saying, like when we get to this section here, which is specific proposal ideas, we can make the shelves out of mashed potatoes. I think that's hilarious. But it could stimulate somebody just to say something that really does work, So you know how brainstorming works. Any old idea is okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The next thing we do is we do the very same thing, but we have another flip chart paper. Now this is going to be several flip charts, pages, which we'll put on the wall so we can see it all. Now we do it again, but we can see all of our categories, all of our aspects. Why? Because we put them on the wall and they're in front of all our eyes because we wrote it big. Okay. Here is ideas. Now in this one, we just go around and we do the very same thing, but now we say wooden shelves, metal shelves, plastic shelves, and we put it near the kitchen. Sam and Jack and Bob could create the system because they're all librarians. You see? Specific ideas. Now, let's say we have a proposal aspect or category. It's going to end up with multiple ideas for each one. This is like outline form, right? Location. What's going to go in the library? Who's going to do it? What kind of... Where do we get these things? See what I mean? Then we get specific ideas. Ideally, we would have 2 flip charts next to each other and a scribe. And these are aspects. And these are specific ideas. And when somebody goes and says a specific idea ahead of time, sooner than they should, we don't tell them, be quiet, it's too soon. We say, thank you. And we write it down on the ideas one. So we can catch it and keep it, even though it came early. And then we say, thank you. Let us remind us that we're here. We have this chart. We have this poster. We have this poster. And thirdly, we have this poster. So that we can help people to know that we're doing this now. But when we are doing this, we just fill multiple flip charts filled with ideas. We need at least one idea for every aspect of the proposal. And it's going to be easy to do that because we can be checking them off as we have an idea. We do that same consent thing at the end, which for some reason doesn't say it here. But what we do is we do a consent round to see if we have at least one proposal idea for every aspect. Does that make sense? Let's say that we had an aspect called materials in the library, and we had just one idea, books. Chances are we're going to say CDs, games, DVDs, children's toys, you know, but we just need we just need one. Okay, now when we have all of that together, we select some people, we call them tuners in English. We call them fun, other things in other languages, synthesizers in Spanish. And what they do is go draft a proposal. They take the flip charts with them and or written down versions of that. And they go draft a proposal. The proposal has to include every aspect of the problem, of the issue. And at least one proposal idea, or several if they don't conflict. What? Some members of our group decide the proposal? No, they draft a proposal. That's all they're doing. Does the whole group draft it? Hell no. Maybe 2 or 3 people. They go off and do it. They either do it right then and there, we have a break and they come back if it's simple, or they do it between now and the next meeting, in a little old meeting they have. They might draft several proposals. What if it's a big old complex thing? Like, let's try sociocracy for 24 months. It might have multiple parts like we saw this morning with Pioneer Valley. So they'll make multiple parts. Okay, they come back. They say, here's the draft proposal. We consent to, is it complete? Ladies and gentlemen, tricky trick question. Are we consenting to the proposal itself?
No.
Nope. We're just consenting to that it seems complete. What do we mean by complete? At least one proposal idea for each aspect. I have an entire book chapter that goes over this in excruciating detail with little illustrations of 2 flip charts next to each other, where I talk about every single thing I can think of that could go right and could go wrong. I sent it up to Communities Magazine, and my pal, the editor, said, Diana, what the hell are you doing? This is too detailed. Do you think everybody in the magazine wants to read all this detail about a thing they may or may not care about? Make a short version. So I thought, all right, well, I've already got the book chapter, so I made a short version, quick and dirty. The long version is on the CD that you will get. Okay? It's not in your handout booklet because I've been using up too much trees. But you're going to get it. So you can read blow, blah, blah, step by step, all of this. But you're going to know it by the time you read it. I guarantee it. Okay? That's it. We can do this. It won't take long if it's a simple proposal. It will take long if it's a complex or controversial one. We can do it in our functional circle. We can do it in the general circle. We can do it in the whole board meeting, board of directors meeting. Why would we do it there? Controversial proposals, big proposals, pet policy, annual budget. We would both create it there and we would probably decide it there, although maybe not in the same meeting because it would take a huge long time with 40 people. Does that make sense? Anything to add, Linda?
Well, what you just said, it takes like a day to do the first, the 2 and 3. 3 and
It
maybe
takes a day,
4.
if it's a big
Well,
one.
we did it once.
Wait, what you're
and we
talking
never
about,
did it again.
all of Belfast
Yes.
rehearsing in the whole
In the
room?
large group. I'm saying, and that's what you were saying.
Be
very
precise,
much.
because if it's a small
No,
group, it
in a
doesn't
large
take
group.
but an hour.
I'm just letting people know how much time it takes in a large group on a big issue like the work system.
Yeah, like the work system.
So doing number 2, 3, and 4 took all day.
Yeah.
So just to let you know.
Now, why would we ask the whole group to do big controversial things like our labor credit system, like our pet policy?
Right.
So everyone has input into it, and nobody said you excluded me from helping to create this. Not only were you not excluded, you were invited to the long all-day meeting.
Yeah.
But I don't have time like that. Yeah, then don't bellyache if you don't participate in it. You know. Don't say, but I don't like that pet policy. My 6 dogs and 5 cats would not enjoy it. You know, go to the meeting for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
Now I'm being silly, but
So we never did that again after that experience.
You learned your lesson.
but you could if you wanted to.
But
Sure.
what we've done before is just done the elements. You know, number 2.
Brainstorming the aspects.
Yeah.
Sure, that makes sense.
You know,
then
in the
send it
bigger
off
group.
to a circle
Right.
to come up with it.
Right.
Well, there's a very fine idea.
Great idea.
Yeah, boy, that's cool.
And that, I mean, that's a lot of times, I believe, and now Pioneer Valley does still continue to meet once a month, and they do input gathering as one of their major activities in their meetings. But let's see, the other thing I was thinking is I like your idea about the aspects and then checking them off, but my experience has been that we don't do it that way, but I think it's great because you won't forget an aspect.
Yeah.
So.
As you will know after we come back from the imminent break, Sociocracy over there in the Netherlands, Clara Dendenberg, didn't say a word about wall charts. Doesn't have a word about 6 steps. Doesn't have anything about flip chart pages and checking off. It's just a general principle theory thing, which various U.S. sociocracy trainers have turned into structure to make it easy to learn, understand, remember, and then apply. So the check marks is neat.
No, yeah, and I think it's a good feature. When we're in the small groups, we're not using flip charts, we're using Google Docs.
Which can work.
So everybody has their computer and they're seeing, we're all writing the stuff, but you can still put check marks on a Google Docs. So,
Sure, yeah. I somehow think this works better than individually looking for,
I agree.
for reasons that I can't quite define. But I don't want to keep you any longer. We have now spent 70 minutes sitting. And so let's have a break of 10 minutes. Is that fine with you? Could you please come back at 20 to 11?
Housekeeping, I'm happy to hear from anybody who's bothered by the kitchen activity and